So ALGO has continued to push to the upside, and this is following on from this golden cross event that took place on the 11th of July. And here you can see that we ended up tapping into the wave Y target that I set out previously. And I mentioned in the past how it was possible we had a WXY structure forming with the Y wave reaching anywhere between 26.98 cents to 30.9 cents. So here you can see that we ended up tapping into this region, and we ended up tapping into this region at 12 o'clock in the morning local time, and we ended up actually extending beyond the 1.236 level, where we ended up reaching 31 cents. And so one thing that we'll be looking at for is for a continuation to the upside, where we even retrace towards the 1.618 level, and that level sits at 38.49 cents. And should that be the case, then it's possible that the WXY structure that I'm tracking would be invalid, and instead what we are forming is a 5-wave move, where this would be the wave 1 and wave 2. The wave 3 would then retest this level here. And then we see a retracement to the downside, followed by another push to the upside, where we could even breach past 40 cents. And so this is something that I'm going to be looking out for. And I also mentioned how within this wave here, what we could have forming is a 5-wave move, where this would be the wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. So this 5-wave structure could then complete the wave 3. And then again, we see that retracement followed by a final push to the upside. And so what I'll do is I'll go on the hourly chart and check to see what's actually taking place right now. And to be honest, this doesn't really tell me much. And so what I'll do is I'll go down to the 5-minute chart. And it looks like what we are forming right now is a WXY structure. So if I bring in the Fib tool and bring this to over here. And so here you can see that the Y wave ended up extending beyond the typical requirements, which is anywhere between 1 to 1.236. However, we haven't retraced towards the 1.618 level. And so it's possible that the WXY structure is complete, and then we see that push to the upside where we can then potentially see high highs. However, if we were to retrace towards the 1.618 level, then it's possible that what we are forming is a 5-wave move, where this would then be the wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, which could potentially reach anywhere between, anywhere past 27.58 cents. And then we see a wave 4 and 5 play out also. And this could then form the wave W. And then we see a correction to the upside to complete the wave X, and then a final push to the downside to complete the wave Y. So if I go in the hourly chart, so this wave 4 would typically retrace anywhere between 23.6% to 50% of the wave 3. So in fact, if I go in the 4-hour chart instead, because it would be easier, if I bring in the Fib tool, so that 4th wave could potentially reach anywhere between 22.92 cents to 26.88 cents. So anywhere within this region here. So if I just adjust this, so it's in the right position. So yeah, it's possible that we go slightly deeper within this range here. And so if I go on the hourly chart, it's possible that this WXY structure could tap into this region, the wave 4 target, and then we see that push to the upside to then complete the 5th wave. And as far as the stochastic RSI goes, you can see that the bears currently have the momentum, and of course that's reflected on this price chart where we've seen a red candlestick. And I'm not necessarily too concerned about this move to the downside, given that all it does really is give people the opportunity to buy in at a low price before we see that push to the upside. And if I go in the 4-hour chart, we are within overbought conditions, and so again, it's possible that we have the wave 4 playing out right now. And as far as the daily chart goes, again, we are within overbought conditions, and so if this 5-wave move plays out, where we could potentially breach past 40 cents, so to complete this 5th wave, then again, I will be looking out for that retracement to the downside to complete the wave 4, and then we see the wave 5 play out also. So essentially we have the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, and that could then potentially form the wave 1, and then we see the wave 2 play out, and then a wave 3, 4, and 5, where we could then potentially even tap into this region here. And so it's possible that this wave Y is made up of 5 waves on the macro, where if I was just to remove this just so the chart's more clearer. So it's possible that we have the wave 1, wave 2, and then this wave 3, which will be a 1.618 retracement of the wave 1. and then we see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out also, where this fifth wave would then also tap into this region here to complete the Y wave. And so, of course, this is something that I'm going to be tracking in the days or weeks or months to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.